Okay, so now we get to the fun stuff. Now we're going to talk about the press move. So 4, 5, 9, and 10, again, you're just stacking some stuff on top. So we're not going to worry about the press moves too much. For the 6 and 8, that is where you need to know some specific moves. Now, before I get into the press 1 unit, because that's what this one's going to be, press 1 unit for individual numbers. The next video is going to be press 1 unit for 2 numbers at the same time. First, I want to cover pressing. Pressing with the 6 and 8, and the 6 and 8 only. Because what does press mean? It means double the bet, right? So, I'm going to set up a few here that all have proper caps. Okay? Every single one of these has a proper cap. 12 has a $2 cap, 18 has a $3 cap, 24, 4, 30, 5, 36, 6, 42, 7. If the player says press, remember you always hand money off with your outside hand. Not left, right, outside. When you cut out the payout, if the player says press, you give them the cap and stack everything else up. 12 pays 14, right? Press. Give them the cap. Stack the rest up. 12 just went to 24. 18 pays 21. Press. Give them the cap. Stack the rest up. Guess what? You're now at 36. However, you have a small problem here. You're not allowed to stack more than 5 high, right? So you'd have to swap it out for green. If you know you're manipulating the bets, 18 pays 21, right? But I need a green to do this smoothly. So why don't I just pay 26? Well, if I pay 26, how much did I overpay by? $5 that needs to go to the box. $5 to the box, right? Now again, I give them the cap and I stack the rest up. So that stuff kind of becomes important, especially for, say, the 5 and 9. 15 pays 21. Take me to 25. Okay, well, I'm going to pay 26 for 5, and that's what I'm going to call out. Pay 26 for 5. Going to 25. 11 change. 6 and 8. You just hand them the cap. We'll use this one as an example, okay? Now, you may have to fix it afterwards. You may have too much red, too much green, stuff like that. But initially, to set it up and then move on to the next player, to finish and move on to the next player, you just hand them the cap, stack everything else up, and move on. That also means you don't do overpays, generally, because then you're messed up on what you got. That's how CDOs mess themselves up. So 42 pays 49. Player says press. We'll give them the cap, which is 7, and we'll stack the rest up. Now I'm going to move on. I'll fix this later. First, I'm going to move on. Okay? It's 84, by the way, which gives you a $14 cap. So it actually does still have a proper cap. But it wouldn't be a proper cap if I set it up with all the green. Then it'd be a hidden cap. So now, having shown that press means double, and if you have a cap on the 6 and 8, then you just hand them the cap and stack the rest up. Now we're going to talk about single unit presses, and I'm going to show them to you slowly, and then we'll move on. We're going to start with $5, even though you're not going to see $5 tables very much. So $6, 8. Well, if they say press me 1 unit, well, you're only at 1 unit. So pressing 1 unit is doing what? It's doubling the bet, right? Which is a press, right? Which means I do what? I give them the cap and I stack the rest up. There we go. Now it's once we get past that, there's a phrase you're going to hear. Take 1, leave 1. Okay, so 12 pays 14. Now take 1, leave 1. Take 1 always refers to your payout. Leave 1 always refers to your bet. So 12 pays 14. If they say press me 1 unit with my outside hand, I'm going to take 1. Take 1 always refers to here, so I'm going to take 1 chip. I'm going to leave 1 chip. Hand all this off. My other hand is going to stack it all up. 12 went to 18. 18 pays 21. Now I am going to put this I'm going to line this up. The reason I'm going to line this up is so I don't cross my hands while still being able to use both my hands, because I'm not a one-handed dealer that's handstanding and looking like a lazy idiot. With my inside hand, because that's what's keeping the bet, I'm going to take the cap and I'm going to add it to the payout. My outside hand is going to hand the rest off. So 18 went to 24. Now 24 pays 28. They say press 1 unit, they're going to 30. So I'm going to cut out 30 for 2. I'm going to pay 30 for 2. And give me the rest. Because I've got my 30. 30 pays 36. I can either have them drop me $1, or I just cut out my 36 this way. This one's really easy. You're just adding $6 right to the top. There's no move involved. Hand it off. 36 pays 42. Now if you're pressing 1 unit, you're going to what? 42. What did you just pay? 42. Pretty easy. Next one's almost as simple. 42 pays 49. Press 1 unit means I'm going to what?
41.
Means I'm going to 49. Or 48, I'm sorry.
48.
I let my wife throw me off. 42, press 1 unit, you're going to 48.
Sorry.
What did I just cut out? So why don't I just
Sorry, that was my bad.
hand it off? 48 pays 56. If I'm pressing a 1 unit, I'm going to 54. Take $3. And
Sweet.
I've got my 54.
Huh?
Now 54 pays 63. If I press 1 unit, I'm going to 60. What do I have right here? $60. This is the reason that we only really worry about 1 unit to 5 units, from 6 to 30, because the rest are right in front of you. Just pay attention. Just pay attention. They're right in front of you. 30 pays 35, you're going to 36. 30 to 36, you just add $6. 36 to 42, but 36 pays 42, so the $42 is right in front of you. 42 pays 49. You're pressing 1 unit means you're going to 48. It's right in front of you. Same thing with your 54, your 56. Sink in. Now, let's see how these look at half speed. Pays 7, press 1 unit. From 6 to 12. 12 pays 14. Take 1, leave 1. 12 goes to 18. 18 pays 21. Press 1 unit, goes to 24. 24 pays 28. 30 for 2. Press 1 unit. 30 pays 35. Going up 1 unit, takes 36. 36 pays 42. Press 1 unit, going to 42. 42 pays 49.
48.
48. 48 pays 56. 54. And 54 pays 63. Or 60. That's half speed. Smooth, quick, efficient. Simple. Master these, memorize these, memorize these. And here's a little hint for you guys. Green and red, generally once people, with the exception of between 30 and 60 for most players, generally, when people are in the greens, especially when they start with the greens, they refer to green as a unit. So oftentimes, if someone has a $25, let's say someone has a $50 9 hits, which 50 pays 70, but they say press me 1 unit. They don't mean go to 55. They mean go to 75. People tend to start referring to the greens as a unit. Well, here's something interesting. When you're dealing with green and red, it is just like red and white, which means that 30 pays 35, press 1 unit, give them the cap. So 60 pays 70. If they say press 1 unit or take me to 90, guess what? Take 1, leave 1. They go to 90. 90 pays 105. If I'm still paying in green, all I got to do is come out right there. It's the same moves. It's the same moves. Now you'll start converting into black which then throws things off. But it's the same moves at the lower levels with green and red as it is with red and white. So coming up next, dual presses. Dual presses are the really fun ones.